Hello, my lovelies. I am just doing this pre-video for the energies as a result of the new moon in Pisces, because when I did it last night, it was about 1:30 in the morning and my brain wasn't working properly. So I referred to the new moon in Pisces as having happened on Friday the 8th of March, and it wasn't. It was Sunday the 10th of March. So, yeah, just one of those mental blips at the time. So, yeah, these are the cards that were left last night from doing the reading. I show you the little cat that's on my chair. This cat belongs to our neighbour, and but she's like Mary Poppins. She just makes herself at home in the houses up the road and down the road. So at the moment she's decided to come to us. We don't feed her, we just give her water. And she goes home to her neighbours to have her food and then comes back here again. So I wanted to sit in this chair just now and do a new video, but look at her. How can I resist her? Purring away. Little sweetheart. Absolutely gorgeous. Can you hear her purring? Hello. Purring cat. Purring. Cat's purring is apparently the energy is very, very healing. Very, very healing. So anyway, yes, these are the remains of the cards as a result of last night's reading that I did for you all, and I'm now going to upload it. Leave you with an image of this beautiful, gorgeous little cat. Yeah. I'm going to join this video onto the one I did last night. Okay, so yeah, just to re-clarify, I know fully that the new moon in Pisces was on Sunday the 10th and not on Friday the 8th, as my tired brain blipped out and said. So yeah, okay. See you. Bye. Good evening. I'm going to pull 3 cards looking at the energies as a result of the new moon in Pisces having happened on Friday the 8th of March. So I'm interested in the impact of that and where it's taking us and what we're dealing with now as a result of that new moon in Pisces. So let's have a look. I'll pull 3 cards. Tuning into the new moon in Pisces. What are we dealing with energetically now at this point as a result of the new moon in Pisces? 3 cards, please. The new moon's are about new beginnings, good times to start projects, good time to set new aims and intentions into motion. So let's see if that's reflected in the cards. What energies are we dealing with now as a result of the new moon in Pisces? Chariot, 5 of Wands, King of Pentacles. Interesting. Chariot, 5 of Wands, King of Pentacles. Chariot's the change maker. Certainly it's prompted change. And the response to that change is conflict, resistance, people resisting change. But the changes are going to happen whether people like it or not, because that charioteer is powerful, and the energy of the chariot comes with a job to do, and the energy of chariot is focus. It's also, chariot energy is about justice making, creating justice, fighting for justice. And this the sphinxes represent the yin yang, the balance of dark and light, and the interplay of that. This red, like spinning top thing, represents like a mini wheel of fortune. The charioteer is a change maker, and it's always a change maker for it's heaven sent. It's a change maker for positivity and for necessary changes. Excuse me. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning, so I wanted to get a video done before I went to sleep. But yes, this on a momentary basis. With the Chariot being a major arcana, this is the overarching energy of this new moon in Pisces. Changes are afoot, and changes in order to bring about more justice, put right wrongs, put ills of the world right. So this is a justice-making, change-making card. But there will be resistance to it because it alters the status quo. So in the altering of the status quo, there's going to be skirmishes and scuffles. But these are young boys fighting, vying for position. It's not serious adult fighting. So, and fives are momentary setbacks. And this is a minor arcana card. So it's a momentary transitionary struggle from this to then the King of Pentacles. So the arrival point is that's intended by the Chariot is the King of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles is about maturity. It's about investments having matured. A businessman who has come to a point in his life where he can take a back seat and enjoy the wealth and the riches that he's created. So this is to make changes. The Chariot is making changes to the distribution of wealth. That's what's happening. The redistribution of wealth for the collective. Putting right injustices that have occurred by big business. And this has come up in previous readings as well. It seems to be an ongoing theme. Re-establishing things so that justice is created. So we've had the old patriarchal system coming down. It's going to be a long-term thing, but my reading you'll see in the Tower trilogy part 1 is about these old patriarchal systems being brought down for the necessary changes. So this is changes to being resisted for the sovereignty and the redistribution of wealth for the people, and not just for the few that are corporate big businessmen and bankers and those that rule the roost in those areas. So with this pack of cards, which is a smaller pack, let's see which is Knight of Wands is on the bottom. That's the fastest action card of the knights. Fastest? No, it's not the fastest action card. The swords, Knight of Swords is. But this guy gets on his horse and gets the job done. There are new ideas waiting to be put into action, and this is what this knight is in tandem with. This knight is in tandem with the Chariot energy, and he'll pick up on that Chariot energy. There are conflicts with this new project, but this new project is being taken action upon. Energetically, it's the time for action. It's also a time for us to take action on what we want to achieve in our life. This Chariot can completely bulldoze these. So any inner conflicts that you may have about changes you want to make and what you want to do moving forward, and a new project that you want to take action on, be reassured that the energies are so powerful that they will override this conflict of interests. and support you being able to achieve and accomplish what you set out to achieve from a material benefit point of view. So the King of Pentacles is the last card in the pack, in the whole of the tarot deck. He's the last card in the tarot deck. So this is for, in that respect, for this position of wealth and means, and a fairer distribution of wealth for people, is the overall aim of these energies that were set forth in the from the new moon in Pisces. So I'm actually going to shuffle these smaller cards as well and get some clarification cards on this. Can I have 3 cards, please, for the Chariot? 3 cards for the Chariot, please. 3 clarification cards for the Chariot, please, in relation to the new moon in Pisces. This is abuse, abusive relationships, abuse, unbalanced power structures, power play. So, you know, like through fraudulent means, through unequal power dynamics, through those who have people like the heads of big corporations that make massive profits, such as the gas companies, for example. They think they've won. They think they're successful, but they're not successful. They're successful on the backs of the disappointment of these two. So the big, massive profits that the gas companies have been making and reported to have been making recently, it's a hollow victory because it's not been won fairly and squarely. It's been made on the back of fraudulently overcharging the customers and leading us to believe that we're in some kind of crisis when we're not. So it's a hollow victory. And the Chariot is going to be dealing with that. The Chariot energy is going to be dealing with that. Okay, 2 more cards, please. 2 more clarification cards for the Chariot. So we've got this again. I love it. Clarification cards. Back each other up. 1 more clarification. And it's another 5. 1 more clarification card, please. 1 more clarification card for the Chariot, please. 1 more clarification card. King of Wands. I thought we had the King of Pentacles again. King of Wands. Okay, 3 clarification cards for the 5 of Wands. 4 of Cups. 2 more clarification cards, please, for the 5 of Wands. 2 more clarification cards for the 5 of Wands. 8 of Swords. 1 more clarification card, please, for the 5 of Wands. 1 more clarification card for the 5 of Wands. Death. 3 clarification cards for the King of Pentacles. 3 clarification cards, please, for the King of Pentacles. 4 of Wands. The Fool. 1 more clarification card, please, for the King of Pentacles. 1 more clarification card for the King of Pentacles. And the Moon. So, Chariot with the 5 of Swords and the 5 of Wands and the King of Wands. And we've got the Knight of Wands here as well. leadership is going to be forced to have to change. This Chariot card is going to force the abuse system and the conflict of interests for the whole to have to change. And the likes of the King of Wands, those in positions of leadership and power, are going to have to give up their hollow victory in favour of the justice brought about by the Chariot. The Chariot card is more powerful. It's a major arcana and it's more powerful than even the King of Wands. So then we've got the Five of Wands with the clarification cards of the Four of Cups, the Eight of Swords, and the Death card. So let's have a look. Yeah, the process is uncomfortable. The process of this change is very uncomfortable. But it's heaven sent. Whilst people who are being impacted by that Chariot energy are looking at these cups and focusing on those cups, what they don't realise is something new is being attempted to be brought in. This is also can be about intuition, something tapping on your shoulder. It's a gift from Spirit, it's a gift from God. So something new is being offered, but this person's closed off from that because all he can see is the previous status quo. Because he's locked in to what we call not self-thinking. So the Eight Swords, she's bound up. She's bound, can you see? Oh, it's really difficult with the light. Okay, she's bound. The Eight of Swords, she's bound, and then in the background there's a mountain and there's a castle on top. So she is bound in by societal rules, by status quo, by shoulds and shouldn'ts, which is blocking her off, which is blocking energetically, blocking those that need to change off from this gift of a new information, new knowledge, and a new way of responding to things. A death is necessary, though. A death is absolutely necessary, and a rebirth as a result of that. So the old is continuing to be dismantled in favour of a new way of doing things, in favour of action being taken. Knights are action cards. So there's new, which is why the Chariot energy has come through from this new moon in Pisces, because there's new ways of doing things that need to be activated in order for the collective as a whole, more people to have the benefits of this position that the King of Pentacles has. Is a man of means. So because we've got the Chariot card and the abuse card, the Five of Swords, this is about making changes, pushing changes through, and ending abuse systems that cause unequal distribution of wealth and unequal chances to make wealth. It's about changing all of that so that we can get to the point where it's a much more even playing field for us. And the challenge to those who are in power, who are benefiting from this position that they've had so far, is going to require being prepared to take a bit of an evolutionary leap of faith, to go through this transition from the old way to the new way of doing things. And it's in the name, it's for the sake of evolution. This crayfish is represents the kind of old Neolithic life form, and then we've got the wolf, and then we've got the dog that's domesticated, and it's a path, it's a passage through. We've got the Towers of Wisdom here, and it's an evolutionary process. So this is what's happening at the moment. This new moon in Pisces is steering energetically the energies to alter the status quo and bring in a new era, a new. The Fool is at the beginning of its journey, and it's about a new journey, a new cycle, and it requires a leap of faith. So the charioteer is being the chariot to bring in new energies, heavy new energies, powerful new energies that will take away the abuse systems and that will override the resistance to those changes, and that will necessitate our leaders altering the way they lead and altering the systems that they support and create that provide wealth for the few and not for the rest of us. There's going to be resistance to that. There's going to be the inability to see the sense in that happening, and the inability to recognise that these chariot energies are a gift and an opportunity for a new way of perceiving things, a more heart-centred way of perceiving things. Cups represent emotions and love, and to remove oneself away from the status quo. It's a nudge from the universe. It's going to require an ending of the old to make way for the rebirth of the new and rejuvenation of the new. So it's going to require a death of the old ways in order for the King of Pentacles status to be available to all of us, not just the chosen few. For the playing field to become level. So the opportunities for the collective to reach that position, is available, and it's going to take us collectively through a transition where we will be starting a new journey and a new way of doing things, a new cycle. It's going to require us to be guided by our intuition and to have confidence in knowing that intuitively we can create what we want to create, and that we can strive for this position and envisage this position in our lives. But it's also going to require us to bring up the things that cause us to be personally resistant to our progress, and to being able to bring about this circumstance for us, the King of Pentacles, the wealthy man or woman. It's the energy, the wealthy, having arrived at a position of wealth, and being able to distribute that wealth and to be a person of means. He's wearing his robes with the grapes on, which means that it takes time for those grapes to become wine, and for him to be able to wear those grapes as on his robe. But the time it takes for us to do that involves us uncovering our shadow self, doing the shadow work, bringing up what resistances we have to our ability to be in this position, comfortable position. So it's not going to be a fast fix. It's not going to be like a magic wand. It's going to require us to look at where we hold the secrets towards ourselves that limit our ability to be in the position of the King of Pentacles, with the financial resources that we need to survive, that many of us have been denied of because of the abuse systems that have existed and that the world has been based upon. So these two are quite key. We need the confidence to believe and the courage to look at our shadow selves and look at those aspects of ourselves that have been colluding with these abuse systems and that have been keeping us bound in to the rules of society and the pecking order of society and the so-called truths and ideologies that we've had to conform to and been constrained by. That constraint is going to come to an end. So it's a time of transition. It's a time of transition, and it's a time in which it's going to bring about a situation whereby the wealthy few are not going to be allowed to just be the wealthy few. Those opportunities are going to extend to all of us, not just the chosen few who happen to be the heads of corporate businesses and heads of energy companies and born into the aristocracy and the elites. So the playing field is going to be leveled for all of us, thanks to this energy, this energy that fights for justice, the Chariot energy, and the balancing of the light and the dark. So far, there's been a real heavy balance, been outweighed in the area of the dark, which is as a result we've had these abuse systems, and that's going to be put right. The Wheel of Fortune, the mini Wheel of Fortune, with the Chariot here, is going to put it right. He's also got moon iconography on him. Can you see the crescent moon iconography related to that? So there's a lot hidden as well. Hidden knowledge that we've been kept, that's been kept from us, as to how powerful we really are. We can be the chariot in our own life. We can be the chariot in what we want to achieve for ourselves. And the hidden knowledge and power, great, she knows, the hidden knowledge and the power that does exist within us needs to be accessed by us in order to take that leap of faith and be prepared to transition to a point where we know that we are worthy of being in the position of the King of Pentacles as much as anybody else. So we need to look at our attitudes to money, our attitudes to what we, to how deserving we are to the resources, how worthy we are for those resources. We need to look at all those issues within ourselves in tandem with the energies that are supporting us to have justice in those areas for ourselves. Because action has been taken for a new, excuse me, I just want to get a tissue, do that. I can't, I've got no tissues available. So yeah, it's time for action. The Knight of Wands with this new way of doing things. That's the time. Now is the time. So yeah, the new moon in Pisces has ushered in this changing of the leveling of the playing field. That's what it's brought in, leveling of the playing field. I'm going to just shuffle the Moonology cards and see what comes up. How many cards shall I ask for? Ask for 3 cards. 3 Moonology cards. What can the Moonology cards advise for the collective in light of this reading? Communication is the key. New moon in Gemini. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Full moon in Capricorn. Now Capricorn is about structures, rules. Capricorn is aligned with, we're talking about these two cards. Okay, Capricorn is about the rules, regulations, structures, systems that keep us in place. And new moon in Gemini. So Gemini is about the it's the twins, isn't it? So communication is the key. So to join those two and find a common ground to level the playing field, so there's not the extremes of rich and poor, there needs to be a meeting of minds, and there needs to be an end of this tough cycle that has been brought about by the rules and systems and regulations and restrictions that the Capricorn energy brings about. Hold your vision, fixed moon. That's exactly what the Chariot is doing. He's holding his vision and he's not letting go of it. People with Chariot energy are determined, they're focused, they stick to the plan and they don't stop until they've got the job done. So this is the advice. Hold your vision. There's a new vision that the Knight of Wands is acting on. And we need to hold that vision. We need to be able to envisage, which is why we've also got the Fool card. We need to be able to envisage that it's safe to jump off the cliff and go take risks, and to grant ourselves the right to have this kind of a life of more material, physical comfort that the King of Pentacles has. We have had a tough cycle. The end of a tough cycle approaches. It has been tough. It is tough. It's been tough for a long time. But that is being released. That energy is being released. New moon in Gemini. Communication is the key. Yeah, unity. Unity. Not polarity between people, but unity. And when there's unity and we see and act on the fact that a gain for one is a gain for all, and a loss for one is a loss for all, and that the distribution of wealth and security is the right of everybody and not just one section of society, those divisions will cease to operate and unity will bring about the levelling of the playing field. So yeah, hold your vision, fixed moon. Hold your vision. That's what we're talking about. There's a plan and he's going to carry it out. So what are you going to do for yourself? How confident are you going to allow yourself to be, to put right the things in your life that you feel are unjust? How confident are you going to be? And how focused, he's focused, how focused and determined are you going to be to make the changes you need to make in your life and in your environment to bring about the end of this tough cycle that we've been in for quite a while now. The confidence to speak your truth. Communication is the key. The confidence to speak your truth. Communicate your truth. So yeah, I think that's it. I'll see you again. Please, 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 if you've enjoyed this video, click the like button, the thumbs up button, and subscribe if you'd like to subscribe. I really appreciate those of you who have done already. I'm slowly building the channel. I'm not expecting or even wanting it to grow quickly, but it would be lovely to see more likes for the amount of views I've been getting in the videos. So please, I really appreciate it if you would click like if you've enjoyed the video. And I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.